Hello, this is Karen Shannon, and I'm here to share with you my Module 1 for EDL 852 about a well-written and well-implemented vision and mission. First off, I'll do a quick introduction. Again, Karen Shannon. I currently work at Greene County Community School District in Jefferson, Iowa. I started my career in 2001 after getting my undergraduate at Iowa State University. I taught middle school for a handful of years and then stayed home with our two daughters for 8 years and ran a couple in-home businesses and was my church's Christian education director during those 8 years. And came back to teaching at the elementary level and taught first, second, and third grades at Greene County Elementary. And then 5 years ago, got my master's at Buena Vista University and was the middle school counselor here in Greene County. This school year, I transitioned to the district math instructional coach. So I serve our 1,100 student district and in the area of math. Like I said, I have two daughters. I have a senior this year and a sophomore. My husband, Alan, and I have been married about 21 years. And we have very busy lives with athletics and many community activities. So this is a big year for us as we are transitioning into just having one child at home soon. Getting into the critical analysis of the vision and mission statements. First off, vision statements is a foundation that everything this school does. It's a clear and concise vision that depicts the ideal future reality of the school. So we're going to set our standard really high when it comes to the vision statement. It'll be a driving force and sets up the work that we do in our mission and then our core values. Using a SMART goal can be a great way to design a mission statement, and as a solid vision statement that is created by stakeholders, it can assist in difficult decision making and refocus of goals. A mission statement is a coherent design that creates a unified experience that's grounded on its mission within its daily practices. We're really living, and it's the action of how are we going to live out our vision. This is a carefully developed plan for achieving the vision statement. The statement should include the school name, ways to foster core values, and how it makes decisions and how it runs on the day-to-day. It is important to infuse the mission statement into the curriculum, to daily lessons, conversations as an essential part of student learning and growth. Core set of values. Stakeholders should work together to determine a coherent set of values based on the principles specific to the needs of their community. These values should become second nature, something that they just live and breathe, consistently reflected in every aspect of the school's day and in every space. They are evident in the vision and mission that is being lived out. The promotion of current and future success and well-being of each student and adult. The mission and vision statements guide work for achieving goals in classrooms and within leadership. The statements can include a purpose of academic achievement as well as non-academic themes to create a holistic development of students and adults. They can contribute to a positive and productive community for all. The knowledge, skills, and commitments needed to collaboratively lead, design, and implement the vision and mission. It's important to take care in the development of these really important pieces, that all interested parties are a part of it. When you include people, they begin to own it. And when they own it, they're more likely to live it. So it's important to have those people at the table, revising them as needed, and making sure that they will be an enduring piece of your building. Make sure that you're giving consideration to those stakeholders to ensure that there's no important components that have been overlooked. And it, again, creates that ownership and grounds the school culture in those statements. Integrating the vision and mission into the school, the hallways, all communication, professional development, and classrooms will ensure that they are not stagnant and lifeless. Again, that SMART goal is a good framework to develop a vision statement. process to maintain continuous improvement that reflects the core set of values and priorities with specific connections to our learning outcome 1.1. Implementation of the vision and mission should include ongoing review and reflection to ensure that it stays applicable, attainable, and a driving force for goal achievement. And making sure that a vision and mission and set core of values goes beyond academics to encompass data, technology, equity, diversity, digital citizenship, social emotional well-being, and community, fosters a healthy educational community and culture. Critical reflection, the development of the following vision and mission as we move into looking at Greene County schools was done by the superintendent for our 1,100 students, 300 staff members, and a community of 6,000. He had a group of 5 district leaders with no representation from other stakeholders. While the district vision and mission are important, this work needs to be done at the building level, just so that we can make sure that the work that we are pouring into that vision and mission of the middle school per se would really be honed in on the needs of that building. I would use the district vision and mission statements to guide the development of our own statements. And these district statements were found on the website, but not easily found on individual building sites. Once they're completed, they were printed on posters and administered to staff and included in handbooks, but they are not referred to regularly. If stakeholders had been included in that process more, I am confident the statements would have been brought to life by guiding the daily work, decisions, and learning of the district and building. So here are the things that I found for Greene County Middle School. Again, these were created at a district level, but they all were found on the middle school's site. So the mission of the Greene County Community Schools is to promote lifelong learners through real world experiences. They did not say anything about a vision, but I could tell that what they called a goal could have been named a vision, and it would have aligned with what this assignment was discussing. At Greene County Schools, we will work to collaborate in collaborative teams to develop a guaranteed and viable curriculum for every grade level and content area, and then monitor progress through regular collaboration toward every student mastering that curriculum. There's a nice set of values that are somewhat broader. Celebrate success, collaborating across the system, building relationships, creating partnerships with parents and community. I would like to change that verbiage to families because not all children live with their parents. Contributing to a positive culture and climate, and then trying something new and initiative and innovative. So how these middle school or Greene County schools are relevant and current. The mission is short and memorable, opposed to being explanatory in nature. It's forward thinking, focusing on the future goal of lifelong learning. The list of goals, or the goals there that were laid out, or like I said, could be named a vision. This does give some direction on steps to achieve the mission. The focus is on academic achievement within grade level. So there's no consideration of students that may achieve outside of their grade level standards. It would be more relevant if it encompassed the whole student, and it would be difficult to recite this information. That was a little wordy. From what I understood in the reading, the mission maybe could be a little bit longer, but it seemed to me that the goal or vision maybe could have been narrowed down just a tad. It is clearly written, and professional learning plans could be derived from that goal, and it also could be incorporated into classrooms and daily lessons easily. There was not any explicit correlation to the mission, in my opinion. You could get there, you could kind of weave the work of the goal into the mission, but it wasn't necessarily explicit. Values, these items, when brought into the school environment and practice, could be aligned to the mission and vision statements. The values, like I said, are broader, encompassing more of the student and adult. They are more relevant to the mission than the listed goals. The statements did seem to be more focused on students and not on the adults. So again, here's the current and relevant connection to our learning outcome. The school vision, goals, and values have some connection to 1.1. Community and positive school culture is relevant to creating partnerships with parents and community. Collaborating across that system could be relevant if equity if conversations were regarding student-specific skills and needs, and then how they were going to differentiate instruction. Could also connect to data when that collaboration, if they're using student data to drive instruction. Again, maybe not explicit, but you could connect that. Building relationships could be connected to social emotional well-being and celebrating success. And then trying something new or innovative could be connected to technology. I do see limited relevance to diversity and digital citizenship within the school's statements. The critical reflection continued. The vision, mission, goal, and values of Greene County Middle School has had limited influence on continual growth and improvement. Based on the limited knowledge of these statements, they are not being used to drive daily work, to make decisions, or to meet goals. I did take a very loose survey. I polled some of the staff and students here at Greene County Middle School, and none of them, 0%, were able to name all three: the mission, the vision, and any of our values. There were no students, actually none of the students could recall any of them. 72% of the staff could recall the vision about the lifelong learning through real world experiences. They could say some form of that. Professional learning communities are intact here at the middle school. So they do collaborate to determine essential learnings within content areas, but not as grade level teams. And a lot of that goal was aligned with grade level work. Changes that I would propose to improve would be to assess if the current vision, mission, and goals and values are still relevant to our student body, our staff, and our community. Based on those findings, I would initiate a revamping of those works, and then, or if they wanted to keep them, develop a plan on making our current statements to be known and lived by all. I do feel like there would be more of a larger population that would want to revamp them all together, but I don't want to speak for them. I would like to see more connection between the three: the vision, the mission, and the values, and create a unified trajectory of where Greene County Middle School is headed and how we will get there. Some concluding statements. Correlation to learning outcome. Through this assignment, I was able to discover some best practices in executing a meaningful and productive vision, mission, and set core values. And then synthesizing that information and comparing it to the current reality within my own school district was very helpful. I recognize there are some components that align with best practices, as well as some really valuable pieces that are missing. I understand the current reality now, and when I compare that to best practices as a future building leader, really gave me an understanding of what work needs to be done to evaluate, develop, and communicate a school mission, vision, and values that would equip our building with the foundational pieces to move us forward in creating success for all students and adults. This assignment was relevant to my current teaching and learning by developing an understanding of why the vision and mission statements are important, and why those core values are relevant to a building's success. The process of creating these items, including the right people in that process, communicating them out to all the stakeholders, and then revisiting them often, is relevant to the work of building leaders. I have a better understanding of the why, and I think when people know the why of things, it creates ownership, and it makes them more powerful. There were many examples given of both vision and mission statements, and those were really helpful to go through, in addition to just better understanding the steps of how to develop that, like the process of getting from either where we currently are or starting from scratch, to be sure that we are creating a vision, mission, and core values in the right way that will allow them to be sustainable and productive. This assignment has prepared me to be able to revise the vision and mission and values of Greene County Middle School by understanding the importance of a collaborative group to do this work together. I would also connect the vision and mission and core set of values to drive our daily work, ground our professional development, and the creation of protocols that would meet goals laid out in the vision. As a future leader, I would also use what I learned in this assignment to make the vision, mission, and core values things that we live and live by. In order to do that, we have to have them in the forefront of our minds, in our building, in our hallways, classrooms, conversations, lessons, and decisions. When they are the foundation of all we do, they can become the path for success for adults and for students.